think there's no plateau to success. You can always be more successful as long as you are always being better than you were yesterday. Being better than yourself, not being better than anyone else or comparing yourself to someone else.
Hey.
Yo, brother.
You've been doing a great job. My guests are happy. They're impressed by all the drinks I've been serving them. You're making me look good out there.
It's good, man.
But I've got another guest in studio today.
Yeah.
We need to make something special for them. She goes by the name of DBN Gogo. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
Exactly. So she likes something sweet. She likes something with a little bit of color. So I don't know what you can do with the glass. Maybe you can just,
Add a little bit of color.
Add some color, make it like, do a little something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got you.
So can we do something now?
Yeah. And what are you going to call it?
What I'm going to call it?
Yeah, what are we calling it?
I think let's call this one Gogo's House.
Gogo's House. One Gogo's House coming up.
Sanbonani. My name is Riky and you are back for Remy Team Up Sessions. I am here with the one and only DBN Gogo.
Thank you.
Explain the name for me before we get started. Explain the name for me because everyone's like, they're waiting for DBN Gogo to come and then they see this young, fresh-faced girl coming onto the deck. It's like, so explain the name.
I am from Durban, which is what everyone keeps arguing about. I really am from there. Both my parents are from there. My family is from there. I am from there. But you know, when a higher power gives you a name and it kind of sticks with you, because they always say like, there's a reason why this is your name. It's your name.
It's your name.
It's my name.
And that's dope because you started a trend, you know? It used to be the uncles, Umalume, and the uncles. Now it's the Gogos.
Exactly.
So, Gogo, you've been going through a lot of success. A lot of things have been happening for you.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be in the position where you're releasing hit records, you're touring all over the country, you're touring all over Africa? How does it feel for this to happen in pretty much a short space?
You know, for me, I don't see it as a short space because obviously I've been building towards this in the past 4 years. A lot of people will think that it was just, COVID, and 100% when COVID happened, I think a lot of us said, hey, there's an opportunity. If you don't make it out, if you don't survive this, you're never coming back. And we can see, the results of the work that we put in during the hard lockdown is what we're seeing now. They are the COVID breakout stars. So, yeah, man, it's just a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, just trusting, believing yourself, believing in your team, believing in your dope.
How did you start DJing? How did you get into becoming a DJ and learning how to DJ?
So Venom was annoyed at me, constantly asking him to teach me. So he had recently, the year before, 2016, I think December, started residency at Melville Stones. So then he was like, I pull up, we're there Fridays, there's no one early, you can just play, just figure it out yourself. So he gave me 4 lessons, but he keeps saying it's not really lessons because he just showed me what to do, then he went to go play pool and I just sit there figuring it out.
This is play, this is stop, this is play, and figure it out.
It was difficult to learn, and I had one lesson with Dick Burner as well. There was a studio near the old Maloko and we had a lesson there. So it was just that thing of okay, no one has equipment, there's no way I can go and practice. And I didn't want to go to a school.
Yeah, because I know Zintle did have the school for DJing, specifically for female DJs.
I think it was just my own personal preference. Firstly, I didn't have the money to go to a school to learn something like that. And I just felt like God will always make a way. If there's something that you want to do, they will always make a way. I mean, even before Zintle school, there was a Soul Candy place. And it's I think when it's something musical, besides actually learning an actual instrument, and you obviously have to learn the technicalities of CDJs, it's something that's going to be in you. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, and it's hard to hear that sometimes, especially when you are a new artist or an artist that's watching everybody on TV doing their thing and being successful at it and being good at it. It's hard to sort of reconcile the fact that it has to be a natural
100%.
A natural gift. At least the journey sort of has to be natural for
100%.
you getting into the position to play.
Everyone can learn the technicalities of how to press play, how to adjust the pitch. But if you also don't have a musical ear, what you're playing won't make sense.
So music for you was something that was always in your system?
I was always the aux.
What were you listening to as a child?
As a child, actually, everything. I was the MTV generation. So a lot of like your Mobies, your Bjork. Then I'd come home for December holidays. Then there'd be about TKZ. Then Fresh was also dropping. Then Soul Candy was dropping. Then obviously your Big Nazes and your Tiras and everyone. Then you go back, Britney Spears is there, Justin Timberlake, like everything actually.
But that's
everything.
crazy. You went from Big Nas to Justin Timberlake.
Limp Bizkit, I used to be obsessed.
Limp Bizkit. I play Limp Bizkit still in the car today. People think I'm crazy.
Right?
Even my son is like, Dad, what are you playing right now? I'm like, boy, this is Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
You must understand what's happening. So you would see yourself as a melting pot of different sounds and different vibes.
Yeah, there's something in music that will always touch you or make you move. It doesn't matter what it sounds like, but it will speak to you.
But how did you sort of end up in this space where you are basically the queen of Mapiano at this stage?
So, at the time when I started DJing, I was like, I'm not hearing a lot of old school at peak times anymore. People play it either opening or there's specific events for it. People were everyone wanted to play commercial house and Gogo was also coming up. So I was like, let me take them back. Nostalgia is always, there's something in a song that will always remind you of a certain point in your life. Then the piano thing kind of came because people wanted me to start playing later and later. And I was like, I don't see a lot of women playing this thing at all, ever. So it slowly started from, you remember your pencil lensing master, the Pretoria sound.
Yeah.
So I used to incorporate it. There's actually mixes on my SoundCloud with everything melted into one. You'd have old school, you'd have pom, you'd have the old broken beats. And yeah, it kind of transitioned from there. I was just at the right time, at the right place, also with the people that make the sound. So I understood what the sound is and what it means. At that time, a lot of people were not betting on piano. So I was like, let me go this way and let's see what happens.
And your sound is very, I wouldn't say chilled, it's very mellow. Like you were playing very mellow sounds. Only recently, like you say, now you have to play the closing sets. So I see how that sort of it morphs your sound into also creating stuff that's also, that vibes a bit more. But like that first, I don't know if it's your first record, man. My favorite song, I always tell you, French Kiss. I don't know if that was the first record you put out. But
officially, I mean, Mayonnaise came before that, but we were sort of just testing, everything out. And I wasn't so involved with the whole direction of that project, but French Kiss was literally my baby. I was like, I have to have French on a piano song. No one has ever done it.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
And that was beautiful because with that record, you were able to pull in a group of people to create that masterpiece. What was the process behind making that song?
So when we were in studio, I kept saying to Dino, I was like, dude, we need to have French on the song. A homie of mine, he's in Paris. He raps, but he actually also sings. He can write. And let's see, what we do with it. So I told Fellow, do a beat, something that will make sense. It mustn't be too piano-y because he won't get the sound. He doesn't, he doesn't know it because he raps in English.
Yeah.
He's in France, but he raps in English.
Yeah.
So I sent him the beat and I said, make it simple. Whatever you say has to be simple. Talk about love, but don't say anything about love. Don't say amor. And then he sent it back. Then I sang it. And then he was like, oh, actually, we have to change it because I wrote it in the male sense. So French, there's masculine and feminine. So then I was like, why don't we actually both just stay on the song? And he was like, okay, that's cool. Optimist was in studio. He heard our verses. Like, we need to bring something back so that it makes it relatable to us here. And then he added that. I think we played that song maybe 20 times in the studio that day. It was insane.
And that was happening over the internet too.
Literally.
Because High Levels is in France.
Yeah.
I think it's a 21st century thing that collaborations are able to happen across seas without people having to be in the same space.
Literally.
And with a record like that, with him being in France, how did he feel about the success of the record? Him not being in the country and being like, wow.
I think he was quite taken aback because, you know, it was like, I'm trying something new. I'm helping a mate out. Let's see what we can do. So it was quite special. Like his mom called me all the time, like, dude, I can't believe you guys actually did this. I was really sad. Obviously, we couldn't do anything about the video, but I know in future he'll be back. We'll make something dope again.
Collaborating is also something that you continue the trend of. You have records with Lady Do that are killing also.
At this stage in my life, I don't think there's ever going to be music that I'm not doing with anyone. There's not going to be a single thing that's just going to be me by myself.
Can I stop you right there? I just realized I didn't offer you a drink, man. This is crazy. I'm such a bad host, man. I'm so sorry.
It's
What would
fine.
you? Can I get you something?
Please.
Let me head out there. I'm such a bad host. Don't tell your friends. Okay, there you go. Just pretend like this was here 5 minutes ago, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Now that's special for you. I made that, I commissioned that special for you.
Okay.
You're the only one. You're the only one in the country with this combination right here. I'll give you a little bit of a cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, that's delicious.
You like that, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
Yeah. Tell them the story. Tell them the story. Tell them you came to my house. I rocked you with a drink you never drank before. Tell them the story. But check this out. So you're talking about you're always going to be collaborating on music.
Collaboration is actually literally where it's at. It's literally since 2019, it's been the movement. All the biggest songs that we've been hearing have been from more than two people coming together. I mean, you know, I don't think you would have ever imagined, you know, the success of like VSOP without having everyone on it, coming together, putting their minds together. And that is literally the joy of collaborating, because you get to have different opinions. You're not just looking internally and looking tunnel vision wise. Someone can tell you, hey, maybe do it like this or do this like that, and then comes out so much better.
That's the thing. Sometimes we forget to acknowledge that we actually come from a society that's about Ubuntu, and Ubuntu primes us to be able to work with as many people as possible. And the success is always so much better when you're getting to share it with a lot of people, because everyone gets to go create legacies.
Literally.
You know, after that, you've managed to be a DJ, play shows, you've managed to release music. You threw your first big event. Are you feeling like you're in a position where you can say, wow, I'm successful and I've led my people to the right place and we have figured this thing out?
I think there's no plateau to success. You can always be more successful as long as you are always being better than you were yesterday. Being better than yourself, not being better than anyone else or comparing yourself to someone else or someone else's success. You have your own path that you have to walk. And, you know, success is also bringing people up with you, whether it's people who are on your music, people who are in your team, just anyone, and letting them grow. You're not always going to make music with the same people. You're not always going to work with the same people. How do you elevate others to succeed themselves as well? How do you elevate yourself to succeed? And success is not just about tangible things that you can count. It's literally just being as happy as you can be, just being content with, you know, the type of person that you are and the type of energy that you put out.
That was a great answer. What's going to keep you motivated, man, going forward? Because I know lockdown, I gave a lot of people that push to be like, we are not lying down. We're not going to take it lying down. We are going to go for it and make sure we push forward.
Literally, we are teaming up today, talking about things, meeting people, collaborating with people, whether it be music, you know, just anything. You know, it's like a car. You need all those parts so that it can go. So, yeah.
DBN Gogo. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.